is a professional. YouTube's is here and they don't have their light. Gosh darn it. Pardon me. Now I need to get all crunchy in my attitude. But they need their own light. You have a light, TikTok. They need a light too. Hello, the light, Carol Ann. Hi, Miracle. Hello, YouTube. Welcome. Okay, guys, we're just going to jump right in. Have some tea. Yes, get some work done, honey. Everybody, have a sip of tea. Green tea. My arms are sore, Tina, but it's not nearly as bad as Monday with Chloe Ting. What's in my Walmart bag? I'm a Walmartin. September is National Preparedness Month. And if you've ever gone through earthquake like Northridge, Hurricane Katrina, name a doodah that happens that you're not expecting, and one moment you're like living life, and then the next moment, bam, emergency. So you can look at FEMA.org, ready.gov. I'm saying ready, READY, .gov, G-O-V. And they're going to have a list of things that you can do or have in your house and your car. And your car. If you got stranded in your car and had to walk home, could you? Would you have a little satchel with you that had water, granola bars, fire starter? We're going to make hardtack. Hardtack. Are you familiar with what hardtack is? And so today in my Walmart bag, I have good old-fashioned flour. Now here's where I need, hi Sammy, welcome over on YouTube. I'm glad you're joining me here. Ooh, Robin. Ooh, Robin. YouTube, Robin says, oh, hardtack, stale crackers. I'm gonna say it's meant to last a very, 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 did I say very, very long time. Raise your hand if you have flour in your house. If you don't, girl, you are exactly right. YouTube had a lot of options and recipes. I didn't really search it far on TikTok, but I know that there was a lot on YouTube, and it is, you're right, it was rations from flour and water. You can make hardtack, and we're gonna do it together. I'm gonna do it two different ways. I'm telling two stories and getting nothing told. Today we are going to test it in the air fryer. Come on, these are modern times. But we're also, even though it's 110 degrees outside, we're gonna go over and start it with the oven. So let's get to mixing, because it's gonna take a little bit to cook. All you need is a pan. Get in the bowl, everybody. I gotta grab the measuring cup. And I need to put the oven at 375. I just put our oven on 375. Hi. Okay, so Robin, you're right. It is known for that. TikTok and YouTube, I'm glad you're here. And my whole point, September is National Preparedness Month. I can understand if you're thinking, hi William, hi Judy, that, well, I'll never need it, I'll never use it, how am I gonna store it? Let's get 2 cups going on in here. We'll talk about storage, and here's why you do it. This was a time when they would make this, and it is supposed to be durable, so that's you're never, when you have hardtack, you're never gonna go ow, ow, ow. You have to soak it first, minimum 5 minutes. It should not have the consistency of a cracker. YouTubes, let me know. Can you see what we're doing? I am gonna scoop out roughly, that's 1 cup in the bowl. Now you can, 2 cups. Oh my gosh, and I'm hungry. Did you hear my stomach growl? And now we need about 3/4 cup water. Tap water, baby. Things to know. The consistency should be light and crumbly, like barely holding together. There's one more ingredient. You can put salt. And I recommend salt. I like salt. This is my favorite brand. This is what I use. Hey, Joe and Janet and Pretty. Thanks for coming in, TikTok. Hello, Abbas and Mathan. SP, how are you doing? We are going to make this, and we're going to do 2 types of tests. So salt, like I like the Celtic sea salt. See that right there? Okay. Now I'm going to look at that. Here's the thing. Do you use oat flour, almond flour, coconut flour? I have never made it using those ingredients. I can understand if somebody has gluten issues and gluten tolerance. So I think that here's my point, my entire point of doing this. When would now be a good time to practice? Practice. It's good that you have in your car everything you need to change your own tire, because sometimes if you had to wait for the AAA to get to you, it could be hours. John on TikTok, we're making hardtack. Yes, September is National Preparedness Month. In Hurricane Katrina, in a 2-story house, the water rose so fast, so high, it had gone into the house, sunk the car in the garage. The only way out was through the 2nd floor window. If you had this made and stored, maybe there's some in your pantry and maybe there's some in your bag that you have for emergencies. And if you're thinking, well, I can't pull it out of the bag and just eat it, you would put it in a cup with some water, soak it, and eat it. The point of having it is that it is going to last, it could last years. Now, see my consistency? This is too dry. This is too dry. We just want to add a little bit of water. And I will stir it and mix it. Our oven is preheating right now to 375. I would love it. You would just make me so happy if you tested this, especially my gluten friends and family. If you know that you can't eat traditional flour, you need to use the oat flour, coconut flour, almond flour. I've never made hardtack with that. And I think, okay, look at that. Here we go. Here's our consistency. We're just about there. Let's do one more spritz of water. Okay. Ay, 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 it's just right. Here we go. Somebody on YouTube is asking, where am I from? Abbas, I am from Texas in the United States, but I'm currently in my desert house. And it is very hot today. And I need some tea. Okay, that's just right. We're gonna roll it out. Oh, forgive me, TikTok. I don't think you can see. I'm gonna roll it. And let me just get you, you can see what I'm doing right here. Okay, let's wash hands. Oh, and I want to grab the air fryer. Okay, oven is preheating. Got to go get the air fryer. Has anybody made their hardtack? Hello, everybody. TikTok, I love to hit the little highs to you. Have you made your hardtack in your air fryer? We're going to find out today. Let me grab. Okie dokie. I'll also grab the book so we can play flip and dip. That's preheating. Let's get this covered with some parchment paper. This is what I use. Parchment paper. Got the unbleached kind. Something to know. Speaking about unbleached, I use Big J Milling, quality baking flour, baker's flour. See right here where it says it's unbleached? I'm going to say hi to everybody on TikTok. Hi guys. I personally haven't used it with bleached flour. I don't think I've purchased bleached flour in 20 years. The unbleached is just better for you. Maybe make that a consideration when you're getting your ingredients. And again, here's why I just challenge you. Make a batch of hardtack. Oh goodness. Says get ready to go live. We're here. Now I'm just gonna have a sip of tea. Then we need to roll out our hardtack. Imagine if you had one hardtack biscuit per day. John, I don't know if you're driving or if you can hear me. Have you ever tried hardtack? It's flour and water. You bake it, flour and water. That's why I thought any one of us, there's no excuse. September is National Preparedness Month. And like President Kennedy said, don't ask what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. So on that note, I'm going to wipe off my surface. I have a couple of tools here. You have to, I think it's a swear by. You have to poke holes in your hardtack, otherwise the dough will puff up and be uneven. And it'll make it brittle. Okay, clean surface. More parchment paper. Forgive me, you guys. I've been like phlegmy. That's the word. 2 syllables. Phlegmy. And when I went out this morning, it was like super chemtrail. And ever since then, I don't know, maybe it's the weather and such, but yeah, I am super phlegmy. Okay, ta-da! Let's put a little flour. Hi, Jenny. Hi, everybody in. Oh, and Marga had such a beautiful recommendation last time we were cooking. And she was saying, can you change the YouTube over here on TikTok? She asked, can you change that so it doesn't say daily life, so it says cooking. But flour your surface. But no, I can't. I can't change it once we're going. Hurricane Katrina, Northridge earthquake, doodah in general. If you just have, look at that. It is 2 cups. You know, there's another thing you could do with these. If you want to make a fun at-home Christmas ornament that the kids can hand paint, you can make it with hardtack. Here we go. 2 cups of flour, unbleached, 3/4 to 1/4 cup of water. We're going to put it down here. Laugh if you need to. I still don't have a rolling pin, so I use my apple cider vinegar. I do. And we're just going to roll it out. This is important. If you listen to anything I say, if you're hearing me, please know it can't be too thick. No more than a 1/2 inch. So to recap what we're doing, September is National Preparedness Month. I care about you. You matter. You're important, and you're gonna need something to eat. In Hurricane Katrina, in Northridge earthquake, I am here to tell you, while you're waiting for the power to come back on, you're waiting for water and services to come back on, you're not going to be hungry. You're just going to go, Zero, hi honey. You're just going to go to your pantry and pull out a hardtack. Okay? Now, 1/3 to 1/2 inch in thickness. That's not very thick. Can you see where I'm rolling? Would somebody let me know in the chat? Can you see the rolling? Now you can cut these round if you have like a cookie cutter and you want to make it, forget like really cute things, just functional squares or circles. Okay team, I think we're there. I put salt in mine. Stars shining bright above you, night whisper. Now, remember, this is very, very important that it's not too thin, because when it cooks up, you want it to cook up to be just about a 1/2 inch, not too, 1/2 inch to 1/3. So I hope you can see, I've got this all rolled out. I'm going to get a blade, otherwise known. Pardon me guys, I'll be right here. I love this kitchen tool. Oh, I dropped my kitchen rag. You can use one of these, or you could just use a butter knife. And you guys, this one, I'm going to put these into the air fryer. Can you see that thickness right there? I think it's a little too thin. I got a little overzealous over here. On here, it has the measurements. Yeah, these are pretty thin, guys. So there's actually 2 takeaways. Hi, Louie. On YouTube, Louisa is asking, what am I cooking? I'm making hardtack. Oh, William, what's your big news? Go ahead and tell on TikTok. William's going to tell us some really big news. I am going to fold this onto itself and re-roll that so it's thicker. Can you imagine if you lived in colonial days? Oh, William, congratulations, high five. That's such a huge milestone. William broke the 1,000 follower mark. Congratulations. I was thinking, can you imagine if you lived in colonial days and this was your meal? Okay, I'm going to start laying them out on the pan. We have to do a crucial step here. I almost forgot. Please forgive me. Here's the thing. You have got to press. Did you remember me saying that? So I'm going to use my skewer and just put a couple holes in each. Maybe it'd be better this way. Okay. Why do we put the holes in it? Just like that. Acts as a vent. You don't want them solid because they will puff up and then become brittle. And we need these to be darn near a brick. Okay. Got it. Here we go. Let's boil. This one's for you. This one's for you, YouTube. The next one's for you, TikTok. Let's really get those holes made. So I've been doing it with the skewer, but you could also use a oh, I lost my train of thought. I'm hungry, you guys. I'm making chicken tacos. Okay. You can also use a straw like this. So let me show you. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, this works better. This is working. Look at that ingenuity. Hi, everybody on TikTok. Come on in. I am super passionate about it to the point where we could have made any number of delicious things today. Like I'm getting chicken tacos ready for lunch, dinner, whatever that is. But I felt like if nobody has taken the time to show you how to hardtack, I'm gonna do it. Because I'm gonna guess almost all of you have, it's getting sticky on me. You have flour in your house and you could make this. It will take you, like, I think if I wasn't talking, I'd be done already. William on TikTok, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations, friend. That's such an accomplishment. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, yeah, they're getting sticky on me, guys. I just don't want you to be the person down in the line, okay? Okay, that's our business here. Let me get a little more flour. And get these in the oven. And then today we are going to, I feel like this is working better. It's making bigger holes. Does anybody remember why we make the holes? So that it doesn't puff up. Oh yeah. But I still want to look good. You eat with your eyes, right? Now these, I'm just going to fold them over and make them a little thicker. I'm just pressing them back together. That's a good one. Oh my goodness. Honey, thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. I'm so busy over here making the holes in the hardtack biscuit. And you're like, oh, that sounds so colonial. Excuse me. You know who on YouTube? I don't know if he's on TikTok. Let me know. And William, I'll answer you in just a moment. On TikTok, there is a channel called Townsend's. Is he on TikTok? No. Guys, I need some protein. Townsend's is on YouTube, and it's this reenactment family, and their business is they sell crockery, but how they began to advertise the business is by doing YouTube videos making recipes from like the 1800s. It's called Townsend's. And it's funny because almost every recipe has nutmeg in it. Nutmeg. I guess that was a thing in the colonial days. You guys, this biscuit is never meant, wait till you see them when they come out. It's never meant to just chew it like a cracker. You have to soak it first. And that's what made it last long, and that's what made it durable. William, to YouTube on TikTok, William asked, he says, Sherilyn, have you ever thought of having your own cooking show? To which I say, William, thank you for asking. I appreciate that. I am the Tom Selleck of cooking shows. If you didn't know, Tom Selleck, the actor, I think this generation knows him for the TV show Blue Bloods. Is that it? Blue Bloods? Something like that. I don't watch it. But I know him as Magnum PI. Ooh, chow. And I also know him as Quigley Down Under. I have made probably a dozen. William, I'm telling you a really long answer. Look at that. That one's for you, YouTube. That's a good one. William, really struggling today. I've done probably 12 television show pilots for cooking. They never sold or got picked up. It's okay. I ain't crying. I would probably cry on the day. But no, it just didn't get picked up. It's like if you've ever gone to the store and you're trying to decide between the red one or the blue one, and you're like, I'm going to get the green one. Sometimes they sell and sometimes they don't. And I can honestly say it really hurts at the time, but you just go on to other goodness, and it's not a big deal. I'll tell you what is a big deal, trying to make the holes in the hardtack. Tell me in the chat if Townsend's is on TikTok. He's on YouTube and very popular on YouTube. Very popular. This one, I'm going to fold it back on itself because you know we're not rolling these out again. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to this. So I think if you could take one thing away from our time together today, would you please make a batch of hardtack? Once you've made your hardtack, we're going to talk about storing it. Just make it and store it. It'll be good for a very long time. Remember when you bring it out of storage to eat that you don't eat it like a cracker. You get it wet. You let it soak for at least 5 minutes. Could be soaking in a bowl of soup or stew, cup of coffee or water or cereal milk, and then you eat it and it'll be delicious. Okay, let me do 2 more on here. Mary, Miss Mary, thank you for asking. On YouTube, Mary has asked, she says she's new to my channel. Thank you very much for visiting with me today, Mary. And wants to know, what do we do? Well, Sherilyn Show is what happened when I retired from being a professional makeup artist. And I used to do Makeup University, Mary, Makeup University on YouTube. And I did makeup tutorial, makeup this, makeup that. And I didn't want to give it up, but I knew that I didn't want to stay in makeup. So, ever so clever, I renamed my channel The Sherilyn Show. And now I do cooking, workouts. What else do we do? Still do some beauty reviews. Okay, last one that's going to go on this tray. And actually, I know I said I wasn't going to re-roll, but I probably will re-roll those. This one's kind of ugly, but let's go with it. My oven has been, yes, you heard that correct. My oven on my 110 degree day said that it, forgive me here. Thank you for sending a gift. I really appreciate that. How come YouTube doesn't send gifts? Okay, done. Let me cut that. Sorry, I gotta cut that excess off. All the I don't think they are the prettiest hardtack that have ever been made. Okay. How easy was that? How easy. Remember, this is 2 cups of flour, about 3/4 to 1 cup of water. Mix it together. I rolled it out. These are going in the oven. I gotta set the timer. I'm off 30 minutes. Okay, pardon me. Now I'll probably come back and do like a part 2 on that for you. Excuse me. Let's get to work on making it in the air fryer. Never done it before. When would now be a good time to learn something new? I'm going to learn right now. Last night I learned something new. I did my first NPC character. It was a lot of fun. I know I was pretty crunchy. I'm like, I don't want to re-roll it. Meow, meow, meow. Let's just re-roll it. Come on. The lazy man always has to do things twice. So let me just get it rolled out. Look at it sticking. Now we've never made air fryer hardtack, so your guess is as good as mine. What's about to happen? I think we're rolled out. I heard the recommendation to poke holes, so here we go. I'm poking holes in the paper in the air fryer today. Now, remind me in the chat to grab the book so we can play flip and dip. Did you see that? Okay, let me see. Yeah. Okay, these I'm going to cut them just 4 pieces. Can you see that thickness? TikTok, do you see? Oh, messages. Goodness, TikTok, sorry. Hey, Sean, welcome. Hi, Tina. YouTube, TikTok had some chats over here. Tina, in honor of National Preparedness Month in September here in the USA, I'm demonstrating how to hardtack. Hardtack, I will put the recipe up. It's everywhere on the internet. It's water and flour. You can add sugar if you want, forgive me, you can add salt if you want to. I do add salt. And if you feel like, well, that's like colonial day, pioneer days food. Yes, you're right. Roman legionnaires ate hardtack. And I just feel like when would now be a great time to learn a new skill? Into the air fryer bin. And if it crosses your mind that you don't eat regular flour, you need a gluten-free option, then today is the day to get your coconut flour, your oat flour, almond flour, and test making hardtack. Hi, Husky. How are you? Husky, what's going on? How's the school day? I'm making hardtack. And if this sounds familiar, I see you on YouTube. Somebody says that's a whole meal in the village. Okay, well, has anybody ever made this for arts and craft time? Like, I have done it with my family, that we have made this recipe and then put a hole in the top so that you could make a ornament, like a Christmas tree ornament or an Easter egg ornament. There's another biscuit ready. I'm going to get this in the air fryer, and my thought is I am going to do 15 minutes and then flip them over. So you guys tell me. Hi, Miracle. You tell me, what is the preparedness, skill, trait, task you're going to do this month? Husky, is that you here over on the YouTubes? Northridge earthquake, Hurricane Katrina. I've seen some things in my day. And what if you just make a batch, practice, learn how to do it, and then if you end up eating it, great. If you don't and you learn something new, great. It's taking a while because I'm talking to you, but I am here to say, if you just got to business, this would be done, the prep time, I'd bet it'd be done in 15 minutes, maybe less. And then I want to shape this differently. I'm shopping. Husky, you're shopping? See, that's like a sport in my life. Here's my long-winded thought. It's taking me a while because I'm talking and teaching and visiting, though I am thinking less than 15 minutes ago, dump of flour, dump of water, mix, mix, mix. I add salt to mine, roll it out, roughly get these shapes down, and then poke the holes. Remember, we poke the holes because if you don't, they will puff up and be brittle, and we want these to last a long time. Husky's going shopping. Hi, Perky Villain. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, this is the last one. It's going in the air fryer. And hi, my name is Sherilyn, and I am trying for the first time to make hardtack in the air fryer. I've got a full tray in my oven, and yes, on this hot day, woo child, okay. We're gonna do 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes on the clock. Let me watch my hand. Hi, John. How are you? Okay, done deal. And I'll grab the book so we can play some flip and dip. But I had some interesting, how do you say, let me make sure. I had notes for you guys. I care about you. I actually got notes. Today's recipe is 2 cups of flour. I am using this brand, unbleached. Can you guys see? Don't use bleached flour. I've got unbleached. I put a teaspoon of sea salt in mine. You don't have to. Flour and water. And once these biscuits come out and we flip them, and then we will let them cool. That's why I think I'm gonna do a part 2 on this because they need to cool. And here's what, if anybody says, I don't have any storage jars. Yes, Miracle, it does. It does have, just adds to it. And the fun thing about what we're doing is, one, we're learning, will it work in the air fryer? I think it will. Two, if you use any of the alternative flours, test it before you need it. It's like when you buy a car and you're testing the brakes, don't wait till you need them to test them, okay? Okay, 2 cups flour, 3/4 cup water. You want it to be a mealy consistency, not wet, not too dry. Add salt if you want. It can't have any kind of oil in it because the oil will go rancid. Now, you want it to be about a 1/2 inch thick. You need to poke the holes in it because otherwise it'll puff up and then it'll get brittle. They need to be thick so that it can last a long time. Remember, this is something Roman legionnaires, when they were by foot crossing the country, they would have hardtack. Yes, your hardtack meal from Civil War days could also be an ornament for holidays. So come Christmas time, we might just make another batch and demonstrate like a kid-friendly activity. Huskies, bye friends, have fun. Okay, so here's why I think we might do part 2 for the finished biscuits in my oven. Because the oven, 375, 30 minutes on each side. They should be a brownish tone. And these things need to cook like all the way through, so it's so hard. Remember, the hardtack is nothing that we're gonna go and take a bite out of. We're gonna get a cup of warm water, hot coffee, room temp tea, bowl of stew or soup, and then bye Husky. Over on here on YouTube, bye Husky. And then we'll let it sit minimum of 5 minutes so that it softens up. Hardtack is what we're making. And I wanted to do this because it's National Preparedness Month. So it makes me ask you, tell me in the chat while I go grab the book, tell me what is one preparedness tip you know that I may not, that I need to know. Type it in the chat. I'm going to go around the corner and grab the book. I'll be right back. I'm still right here, though. I may not see you, but I can hear you. Here I am. You guys, I'm trying this, and I don't know if I like it. It's the first time. It's the organic erythritol. I know there's a lot of my stevias and monk fruits that have erythritol in it. Do we dare? Oh, yes, we do. This bag was like $8. Boy, something's really cooking. Wow. Okay. It says it's keto friendly, but woo, that's not very tasty. This bag was like $8. Dang it. No, we can't peek in our air fryer. Just in case that air fryer gets hot, nobody wants a fire. Okay. Let me see the chat. William says he's made a coconut cream pie. Oh, and she loved it. Coconut cream pie sounds delicious, William. Let's make sure I finished the important parts. So the air fryer has 9 minutes. The oven has 17. We'll be together when I switch the oven. We'll see the air fryer finish, but I think the oven biscuits, I will come back to you with that. I just want to check my notes and make sure that I have Oh, well, I was double checking stats, figures, measurements. I saw somebody say, go ahead and call it what it is, lemma spread. Did you see the movie? I love the Lord of the Ring movies, and it's the second movie, and Frodo and Samwise Gamgee, they don't have any food. They just have what's in their pack, and it's really hard, elvish lemmus bread. Like a little bit goes a long way. Okay, so while we wait for that to finish, I think that I have all of the important things that I wanted. Oh, I know what it is. I wanted to share while we wait for those. And thank you for the compliment on my earrings. I wanted to, so there was four parts to today's video. One, that we're going to make hardtack. Anybody can make it. You don't have to be a chef or a cook. That water and flour, pinch of salt can be put up and stored for years. I would put it in a glass jar with a bay leaf and just put it in the back of the pantry. And why I have this jar, it's my roasted peppers, Giuliano brand red pepper, because you don't have to have a fancy canning jar or a fancy airtight canister. All you need is a glass jar, not plastic. Don't use plastic, it'll wear out. Your hardtack will last longer than that. And my thought is, do you have in your refrigerator a pickle jar, a pasta sauce jar, relish jar? If you clean it out really good, let it dry out and air out so the scent of whatever was in it is gone, you will have a glass jar to store your hardtack in. I wanted to share with you the importance of food fatigue. Toxie, you ask a great question. He says, do we need to make the jar airtight after? Can I answer yes and no? Yes. Best practice, best advice is to vacuum seal, make it airtight. If you don't have the pump and seal or a vacuum sealer for food, I think putting a bay leaf in there for bugs and twisting that on real tight will keep your hardtack preserved for a long time, years. And then Toxie, I was just going to address that. Yes, you can do like a type of hot water bath on it to remove the, I've never done that. Oh, maybe we should do that. I haven't, but I guess my entire just love for you is that it is National Preparedness Month. How could you benefit your family if you learned a new skill and practiced it? You could. Toxie, you're right. Like a hot water bath to draw the air out. I've never done it though. Never done it. The other thing I wanted to make sure in our session on National Preparedness Month is talking about food fatigue. I know you're thinking that I'm going to never really want to eat my hardtack. And if I had to have hardtack 3 days in a row, I would have wicked case of food fatigue. Stay with me. You're thinking, oh, I could make it sweet one meal and eat it like a breakfast biscuit, maybe with milk and honey or milk and sugar. That's one way to make it so that you can avoid food fatigue. And then your evening meal or lunchtime meal, maybe you make it soaking it in pasta sauce and water, like a little kind of like Italian dish. Toxie? TikTok on YouTube, Toxie is asking, how long does flour last? I'm going to say, yes, it does go bad. So a bag of flour like this, to really store it long term, the short answer is in a vacuum sealed bag, in a airtight canister. I always put bay leaves to keep the bugs away. You could vacuum can seal it, but long story short, Toxie, you're right. It does go bad. It can be good several years past its expiration date. Toxie, you're asking a great question. It's TikTok, on YouTube, they've asked, what about the expiration date on flour? And mine says it expires December 13th this year. So knowing me, I will use this before then. But if I wasn't and I just had to wing it, Toxie, I would throw a bay leaf in there and squish all the air out, wrap it tight in a plastic bag. I think it's good for about 5 years past the due date. Expiration date, I mean. And J Master X, you asked a question, how do you get rid of tarantulas? Honestly, Jay, I don't want to get rid of tarantulas. I live in the desert. I love having a tarantula. I have seen them here where they're as big as my hand, and they eat scorpions, and they keep the bad spiders. Black widow will not come around the house if you got a tarantula around the house. So there is an old man tarantula who lives up in the front, up in the car area near the garage, and I see him once in a while. So I like him. And Jay, if you have an answer, you'd let us know in the chat. Okay, you guys. So our second point in today's broadcast is that, hi, Syracuse, New York. Toxie, I've seen some videos about deep frying, and I haven't enjoyed that as a meal. I just have them in my yard, only 2 times a year, mating season. Welcome, Holland, in from Syracuse, New York. I hope you're having a beautiful day. We are talking about September is National Preparedness Month. We actually have hardtack going in the air fryer, first time ever making it that way. And then the traditional way is in my oven. I had on my list that I wanted to talk to you about food fatigue, because if all you had was hardtack, I mean, it was like when you make a vat of spaghetti and you eat spaghetti like the 3rd day in a row and you just can't have another bowl of spaghetti. So it's like saying in your mind, oh, I'm going to put this up, I'm going to make it, I'm going to put it up, and then I'm going to have an idea of 2 to 3 ways to prepare it so that you and your family don't get food fatigue. I would love to know in the chat, what is your favorite National Preparedness Month tip? Let me know in the chat. And then speaking of hardtack, and we talked about how we use just about a cup of water to make it. I know ready.gov says 1 gallon per person per day. Did you hear that? It's time to turn it over. Hold that thought on how much water do you really need. I need the tongs. Let's peek into the air fryer and see what these look like. Well, can you see that? I can tell you they look like biscuits. That is a great thickness. Perfect. I'm going to turn these over. We got to go back in. Oh, I wish somebody can, TikTok, YouTube's, can somebody take a photo and send it to me, like something for the thumbnail? It's all. Thumbnail time. All right. Okay, it's got to go back in. Oh! I hit the button. Thank you, Toxie. It does look. My thumb hit the button. Boy, it's a good thing nothing caught on fire. Okay, here we go. And we start. Okay, she hot. And we have just 5 minutes on the oven one. Okay, you're right, Toxie. It does look good. Tasha, welcome. Thanks for coming in, Barry and Kaylin. So far, so good. It is my first time making my hardtack recipe in the air fryer. And there's a reason why I wanted to try this experiment with you. The cows are out. Those little rats. I've got to fix the latch on the gate. That's my fault, not theirs. I want to encourage you, maybe, hi Crackle Snap, maybe you are in an RV full time, you're in an apartment, maybe you're traveling cross country and you're in your Airbnb. Maybe you're out on the Appalachian Trail trekking. You would need your hardtack made before you trekked the Appalachian Trail. Here's what I want you to know. Anybody, anywhere, anytime can make this. Get ready. We're going to play this too. Get ready. But I just want to make sure I cover these points because this is our September is National Preparedness Month. I want to make sure that I've contributed to the community. My contribution is that I have this knowledge. I know how to do this. I can teach you how, and most importantly, share with you, if you haven't done this, why you should, and that you can. You could and you should. And we were talking about how much water really do you need. When you're on ready.gov, it's going to tell you 1 gallon per person per day. And I'm like, Bootsy, please. My strong opinion is that you need more water than that. 1 gallon, I already used a cup out to make this. You need wash water. Clean your dishes, clean your body, wash your... I feel like the 1 gallon per person is very conservative. I also feel like something's better than nothing. I encourage you, put a little bit more aside. On our list of things to do today in our National Preparedness Month meeting, hello community, we're creating our... It's... Ooh! You guys, the nose knows. It hasn't hit... I have a hot oven. So can you see these? This one is a little... I have a little bowl, and he gets out of his pen, and he's up here on the deck, and I'm going to have to go get after him. This one is clearly burned. Look at that. Nobody wants to eat that. This is perfect. I'm going to turn him over. Your nose knows. I have a hot oven, so anytime it says recommended time, I usually have to do less. We were talking, and I could smell them. I think this one's burnt too. Okay, back in they go. And I'm going to say 20 more minutes. I got to reset my timer. Oh, these rascals. Cows have strong opinions. Robin, it says take us with you. Where am I going? To go fix the cow? Go fix the latch in there? Ah, badoo, badoo. That is a beautiful question. Toxie is asking, yes, oh, put those cows back. Don't give in to those faces. They're little sweet moochie moo faces. They're rascals, and you are not supposed to be up by the house, and you're not supposed to be in the front drinking the dog water, and you are supposed to not ever come up on the deck. And he's right here. It's getting no respect from these cows. This hardtack is clearly burnt. Here. Can you can you see the holes? That is why it didn't puff up. Toxie, I'm going to answer your question. He's asking a great question. What if the water is dirty and you've filtered it? Will it kill germs when being baked? I'm going to say conservatively, yes, but I mean baked to like this level. This one got burnt too. I wonder how they're going to come out in our air fryer. It's too hot to touch. I was going to try and snap it in half. No, she's out in the back. She's in the backpack. I haven't seen the baby yet. I've seen them out walking, and he is just on her hip, but I haven't. YouTube, we were doing a Tastemaker show, and in the middle of my cooking, to keep an eye on the cow who's trying to calve, and it took her a long time to have that baby. It took her a long time, but she did. And if I can get a close-up of him, it's her other baby. He's a year and a half maybe, and he's just sat. He's too beautiful. His photo's on my page today. Yes, William. Cows. Hardtack. Let's let those cool. You guys, I can't stress enough. This is why I think we're going to come back and do part 2 on how to finish this in your glass jars. Because if this is really hot and you put it in there, it'll steam, it'll make moisture. And what does moisture do? Mold. Bacteria. Toxie's asking, can we do an episode on how to dry beef in the oven? Oh, like make jerky? Yeah, we could do an episode on jerky. Same theory, dry it out. Maria, welcome over on TikTok. Okay, sorry, I got distracted by my cow, who is not supposed to be out. He's a little bull. He is a brat. And then, oh, this was my last favorite tip. Tell me in the chat when you think National Preparedness Month, put some food aside for emergency. Tell me in the chat what is like the number one thing that comes to mind. I'll wait. I think I know what you're going to say, and I have something to help you. Tell me in the chat. I want to get water on this so it doesn't turn into cement. Okay. Toxie on YouTube says water. Excellent answer. Toxie says water, flour, and salt. I would say the number one thing I hear people say, oh, I'm going to put some food aside for an emergency. I'm going to put up beans and rice. Beans and rice. I like beans and rice. As a Southerner, I like dirty rice or red beans and rice, dirty red beans and rice. So delicious. Though, my favorite thing that I feel like I can share with you, and I have it written down, that if I'm your friend and I am going to offer help, I would say, let's have a sip of tea. Whereas I feel like the answer, oh, I've got my hardtack made, I'm going to make beans and rice, and I'll put a pound of each up, ready for an emergency like Hurricane Katrina. Food fatigue, my friends. Food fatigue. Food fatigue. How many times can you eat the same old pizza or vat of spaghetti? How many times? I think this is getting hot. I'm going to check it. The nose knows. My contribution to the community and society is track your food that you and your family eat over the week, maybe 2 weeks. And whatever those meals are, in my opinion, are what you want to have set aside in your pantry in case you're in the Northridge earthquake or you're in Hurricane Katrina or any else mayhem that may come your way. For example, my family loves tacos. Yeah, mother of boys here. Tacos, hamburgers, like cheeseburgers, and spaghetti. Those would be like, or Salisbury steak meal. I'm like, we can't really put you could freeze it. You could have a Salisbury steak meal frozen. Here's what I wanted you to take away from this statement. I believe having rice and beans is a beautiful idea, and we just made hardtack. Having this stored long-term, beautiful idea, but I think food fatigue is real. I think you will get so sick if you had this hardtack biscuit with sugar and milk in the morning, and then in the evening you're going to have another hardtack biscuit, maybe in some chicken broth. Are you tired of it already? Oh, they smell good. What if you followed what your family likes to eat, and yes, you put up your hardtack and your rice and beans, but then you set aside something for your family to have that meal? Food fatigue, I guess, is what I really wanted to hammer home. Let's see, how hard is it? It's pretty hard. It's not thick enough, you guys. It's not thick enough. Burnt. Okay, let's take a look at these from the air fryer. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's a second. I keep hitting the button. Forgive me for all the commotion. Oh yeah. Ta-da. It worked. That is a good thickness. It's super hot. Let me get them out. Okay. Here we go, guys. The oven is still going. I'm going to let these cool. Hi, Lena. I'm doing beautifully. And I know it might not be exciting. Is it too hot to hold with one hand? Yeah, here we go. There. Snap a photo, because that just needs to cool. And just like that, that one beat. Yes, Toxie, you could bake it on a campfire. If do you have like a cast iron skillet? Gosh, I guess you could put it on a hot rock. You just have to get it. Bye, Lena. Have a great day. Toxie, I think you just need to get it really hot, really well baked till it is just, hard. Baked till it is hard. Ta-da! Oh, look at us being all prepared and such. Let me check the oven. Oh my gosh, you guys. Do you remember me saying I have a hot oven? I don't know how to explain this. I have a hot oven. And I wanted to follow the recipe exactly, and it said 375, 30 minutes each side. And this isn't my grandma's recipe in a book somewhere in the house. Wait till you see. Wait till you see what has happened. Robin, thank you for understanding, because unless you have a hot oven, I don't know why. I don't know why. This is what happens. Y'all gonna be hungry if you come over to my house. Toxie, can you see it? Hi, I have a hot oven. Yes, Robin, because I'm over here paying attention to you guys and talking, and I feel like I'm really contributing to the community here. And the first time I smelled it, and these came out burnt. And I would also say there's one other thing. It's too thin. Look at that. When I did them for the air fryer, I had folded it over twice to make the rest of the dough fit in the air fryer. This is too thin. Okay, so I think the birds are going to enjoy these. Toxie, I see what you're saying. And it's the camera on the phone. Sorry about that. Is it making you dizzy? TikTok, YouTube says that when I move around, it can't track with it fast enough, and it has an effect. Yes, these could be for neighbors I don't like. And you know what? No, I don't think any of these can be salvaged. Actually, I do have an idea. Toxie says, give the burnt ones to my neighbors I don't like. Do you remember how we cut the holes in them? Okay, so there's another way to use your hardtack recipe, and it is to... They could be an experiment. Robin on TikTok says, we'll keep them as an experiment to see if they go rancid or how. We could experiment with them. Or see how it has a hole in it? That's so it doesn't puff up and get brittle. I think I had two problems here. One, this batch is too thin. Pinky test. They're too thin. It should really be about the width of your ring finger, your fourth finger. These are the ones from the air fryer. I'm very happy. See that? I'm very happy. It's the first time making it in the air fryer, and it worked. It worked. Those will get stored. These, if you have little kids, hi Rosemary, we're making hardtack. If you have little kids and you want to make fall decorations and see how it has a hole, you could color these orange, brown, red, black, put turkeys on them, leaves on them, and then string your, what am I trying to say? Your twine rope through here, and then you will have hold on here. Like if you put your string through it, here, this will fit. And you have the kids color them, and now it's like a decoration. I don't know. They're yes, popcorn strings. You could color these fall colors, put leaves on them, glitter dip them, because if you've ever made homemade Christmas ornaments, it's hardtack, literally hardtack. So you could eat those ornaments if they didn't have paint on them. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this got burnt. Well, we're live, my friends. We are live. And the things I wanted you to take away in my episode of September is National Preparedness Month. I wanted you to know how to make hardtack. It's flour and water. Salt is optional. That food fatigue is real, and it's important, my opinion, Food fatigue is real, and you might not ever be thinking, oh, I'm going to be in Hurricane Katrina, and all I have is a case of SpaghettiOs. And my family's going to eat SpaghettiOs morning, noon, and night for a week. Think about food fatigue. 3, how much water do you really need? Ready.gov is going to tell you you need 1 gallon per person per day. And I feel like it's more. I feel like it's definitely more. You do you, boo. Whatever's right for your family. If you see that on ready.gov, I want to take it with a grain of salt and maybe put some aside for your animals. I got a bull outside. He needs water. My dog needs water. The cat, oh my gosh, Pete needs water. So that was the 3rd thing. And then the 4th thing was community. Please consider what your family eats every week and put those type of meals aside for your preparedness, your emergency, because it might seem really smart to buy a case of on sale SpaghettiOs, but then when a hurricane happens and that's all you have while you wait for disaster relief, yeah. So make hardtack, be aware of food fatigue, how much water you really need, track the meals that your family loves to eat, and put those up. These will probably go to the birds. Toxie, I see you on YouTube. How to dry out veggies. Yeah, you can dry veggies. Sun-dried tomato. But I would put them in between. I would parboil them first and then put them between like a, that's how you make carne asada, like the really old carne seca, the really old way of drying out meat, making like a jerky and using like rabbit cage wire where it has a really fine mesh, not net, but really fine mesh, and then hang it out to dry in the sun. Could take 2 days, but it'll be dry, and then you just reconstitute it with water. Whew! Okay, let's move this mess. I will not be doing part 2 on what to do with these because, yeah. Thanks for joining me live like that. But these I actually will put in my wide mouth pint glass jar, and I do have a food sealer. It's somewhere close. You just pump it like this and it vacuum seals the jar. I want to show you before we play flip and dip. I want to show you something funny. I was saying, bored. I've been praying for increase, but I had something else in mind. I don't know what happened. Yeah. It's as big as almost as big as my head. It's a beet. Pickled beet, or should I ferment it? What am I going to do with this giant beet? Okay. Yes, Toxie, I have. Toxie on YouTube is saying, what about McDonald's? Have you seen those experiments where it's been years and the food is the same? I have seen that online. You guys, may we jump into the book? I'd love to wrap up our juice the beet. I could juice it, girl. I haven't juiced a beet in a long time. Like beet and ginger? That sounds good, doesn't it? Who's interested in some beet juice? I don't think I'll be making any beet juice right now, but beet juice, I could juice it tonight, and then tomorrow it'll be chilled and delicious. Okay, let me know in the chat. Do you want to flip and dip to get a page, or do you want to pick a page number? Page number or flip and dip? Toxie, that sounds good. Orange, ginger, beet. Apple, beet, carrot over on the TikTok. I have all of those. Toxie says TikTok can pick. Do you guys want to pick a page number? If yes, shout it in the comments. Toxie, we can either flip it and then you say stop, and I'll stop and that's your page. Or you can tell me a number between 1 and 365. What do you think? Okay, that's off and this is unplugged. It's funny. I am hungry. Okay. Hi, Janet. Welcome. Come on in. I hope that this gave you value. It's really important to me. After going through some big natural disasters, I feel like you got to have a plan. And there's another reason why. Have you ever been on the airplane and pick a page? Okay, Rosemary, shout out a number. Okay, Toxie wants 75. Toxie on YouTube said 75, and it is, oh, Toxie! It says, go get your dreams. Toxie, this is my book, Open Your Eyes 365. It is a encouragement journal. So you can either go page by page or flip and dip, and then you write on the top whatever is needed for the day. You're like, whatever your goals, dreams. Yes, it is, Toxie. And then on the bottom, you finish out your evening thoughts here. And you said 75, and 75 is go get your dreams. Open your eyes, 365, go get your dreams. Okay, hi Gary on TikTok. You want to pick a page, Rosemary? Pick a page. You can tell me a number or you can say stop. Deb Talk. Hello, Debs. Page 100 for Rosemary. Okay. Page 100 is, ah, it says bridge the gap for someone else. Toxie on YouTube, over on the TikTok, Rosemary picked page 100, and it says bridge the gap for someone else. You know what's powerful about that? When I was picking today's topic to cook, I knew this is not a popular topic. Who wants to tune in how to make hardtack? Who wants to eat hardtack? And I thought, not that I was thinking on page 100, bridge the gap for someone else. What I was thinking of was that I have a skill and I know something, and somebody somewhere in the wild, wild web may not have ever even had that thought, but may come across me saying, pack more water, consider food fatigue. You can make hardtack. We're going to test it in my air fryer. Who knew that that might bridge the gap for someone else, Rosemary? You're welcome, Toxie. I usually like to finish the show with just an encouragement. I really appreciate you guys telling me juice this beet, because I was looking at it. It's not enough to exactly, I don't want to run the canner for this, okay? Oh, girl. When I had to put the ketchup on the hair, it's better. It's better. I don't even know what this color is. Get a haircut next week, but I don't even know. Toxie, it's the first time meeting you, and I'm glad you came into my YouTube live. I hope that what we shared helps or reminds you. What I really hope, I'm going to give you a poke. Do you remember when Facebook used to poke you? I really hope anybody who uses almond flour, oat flour, coconut flour, tries making hardtack and comes back and tells us about it. Because I've only ever used basic unbleached flour. Toxie says, yeah, we need to prepare. Just have some things because guaranteed back in the Northridge earthquake days, nope. I don't think I even had like a can of soup in the house. In Hurricane Katrina days, the family had pantry, but they didn't have anything in the car, and the floodwaters were so bad. And when it came to you've got to grab a bag and go, nobody had. It was just run for your life. And I thought, ooh, chow. I will post a photo of what on the account of what these look like finished. Toxie says, can you imagine a vegetarian protesting to food while there is so little? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And to each his own. To each his own is what I say. I am going to pick one last page. I'll pick it and I will share it. And I'm so thankful you came by my ode to September being National Preparedness Day live. I am going to flip and dip and I'm going to eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a page by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. My mother said to pick you. Oh my gosh, you guys. Page 185. We will close with this. Page 185 says, choose faith in you over your fear. Is that a word for today or what? May I read it to you one more time? Choose faith in you over your fear. Toxie, choose faith in you over your fear. Rosemary, faith in you over your fear. So good. So good. Rob, my friend, we were just saying bye-bye. I'm going to tell you about this, but I need to say bye-bye to YouTube's first. Good night, YouTube. Well, it's time to go. Boom, 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 boom. Good night, YouTube. Well, it's time to go. Boom, 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 boom. I hate to leave you, but I really must say good night, YouTube. Good night. Bye, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.